Do you guys want to travel? You got maybe $500 saved up, and you don't know what you want to do with it,
I don't know.
but you want to travel.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's what today's video is all about. Budgeting and planning a budget for a trip abroad or even within your own country.
Assessing the cost of your trip might be one of the most difficult things to do before you go on it.
But today we're going to lay out a budget that's based around ratios. So, how much we think, based off our own experiences, a budget traveler should spend on a trip.
Warning, these are general assumptions based on our travels, so the results may vary.
If you're a luxury traveler and are going all expenses paid, this isn't the video for you. But do watch, comment, subscribe, let us know what you think about it too. But this is for the budget travelers. Those ones who want to get the most bang for their buck from their trip and who are willing to rough it a little bit to save a little bit of money and to experience as much as they can for the cheapest amount. And if you are, hear us out, because we've got some great tips on our percentages of savings based off our experiences traveling through Europe, South America, and Southeast Asia.
So first things first, do you have the money to travel? Even if it's 1,000, that's okay. If you do, then great. You can base your budget around that. If you don't have the money, then look and hear us out and then start saving for your trip. Once you get the money, start booking.
Now, last caveat. This is for shorter trips. Now, if you're on a longer trip and you're planning on staying in a certain spot for a month, 2 months, this might not be the best savings plan for you. Flights remain the single largest expense. Every year, flights are getting cheaper and cheaper, prices are going down, new budget airlines are springing up, but flights are still the most expensive part of traveling, especially if you're planning on traveling to the other side of the world.
Don't worry, you'll find ways to save money once you settle on a date. Big tip here is to be flexible. Make sure that you're open to layovers or to extend your trip or to take red-eye flights.
And any of those will help, and that's what getting an estimate is really important. We recommend checking out Google Flights and trying to get an idea of how much a flight will cost. Don't worry, you don't need to book it right now when you're planning your budget, but it's important to get an idea of what it will cost. Check out our flights video up here with all of our flight savings tips.
As a general rule of thumb, you're going to spend about 30 to 40% of the total cost of your trip on flights. So if you're flying somewhere far away, make sure that you're taking maybe a longer trip so you can get the most enjoyment out of your trip.
Next up is transportation costs. Train costs, bus costs, metro costs, any of those extra costs that related to getting from one place to another. And you should expect to spend 20 to 30% on those costs. Next up is traveler's insurance. Now, just go get this. Don't go traveling without it. If anything happens to you, you're going to need it. If you need an evacuation, if you need help, medical, anything, just have traveler's insurance. Go get it from either World Nomads or Seven Corners. Seven Corners is really great because you can check a whole bunch of sites on it at the same time. Just go get it. Account for that in your trip and account for that as the estimated price.
It's definitely going to be more expensive if something happens and you don't have it.
And for more information on that, do check out our hidden cost video from last Monday. That's going to have a bit on travel insurance, but a bit on the other 9 hidden costs you can find while traveling.
You have 3 things to worry about for your daily costs. So where you're going to sleep, where you're going to eat, and the things you're going to do. And all of those things are going to cost you money.
First off, accommodations. Now, out of those daily costs, this is often the largest cost, and it can really differ depending on where you're going, how rough you're planning on staying, and how long you're staying in a place.
So maybe you think that carrying your bed with you, it's a good idea, bringing a tent, but it's not going to be the most comfortable or even available option at times, and that is what we're planning on doing for coming back to the United States. So stay tuned and we'll show you how it goes.
Instead, accommodations offer the most opportunity to save money on your trip. Now, you can just skip an accommodation for a night and go on an overnight bus that sort of melds your transportation and sleep costs together. We did that in our Philippines trip, but she didn't like it as much. But you could also take a tent and save money there. Now, for a more comfortable experience, hostels are a great opportunity. We recommend booking through Hostel World for that. And they can really differ, and you can save a lot of money on those as well.
So we estimate that accommodations, it's gonna range from anywhere from between 15% to 40% of your total cost. Of course, if you want to be a very budget traveler, that cost is gonna go near the 15%. But if you're planning on staying on a place for longer, then the prices are gonna start reducing and it's gonna get cheaper and cheaper. So right now, we are in Taiwan and we're staying here for 1 year, and the cost of our bedroom for one night it's around $16 for the two of us. But if we were to do the same thing but on a hostel, it would cost around 24 American dollars for 2 beds in a share room with 6 people. So definitely renting in a place longer term brings down the cost.
Yeah, and you can check out more about the different ways to save money on accommodations by checking out our accommodations video up there. That's a pretty wonderful one. I like that one. Food is your next biggest expense. And food can really differ and has a lot of potential for saving if you're going to be cooking at home or eating local.
Yes, so if you're gonna eat local, and it's not always easy to do, just make sure that you go on Google and do your research beforehand. But if you are trying to eat local, it's gonna be around 15 or maybe 10 if you really want to stretch it percent of your budget for food. If you are planning on a combination of local and just going to restaurants, it's gonna be closer to 20%.
We have a video. You can check it out. It's about food as well. It's pretty awesome, and we make pancakes in it. You should check that one too.
Do it.
Adventures. Don't forget to enjoy yourself while you're traveling.
So a lot of people forget to budget the extra money to go buy some things or to go to a museum because we're usually thinking, okay, money done, sleep done, flights done, that's it. But no, make sure that you budget for it because otherwise you're not going to be able to enjoy your trip. You're going to have to cut down costs on food and then you're going to be hungry, and that's never good.
You try to budget about 10% for all those adventures. Now, if you're going to do some more extreme stuff and some more off the beaten track stuff, you're probably going to need to raise that budget a bit, but that's okay. So aim for about 10% for typical city viewings of museums and what else do you do in cities? Museums, historical places, hikes, yeah.
But yeah, if you're going for the extreme, also make sure that you have coverage on your insurance for it.
You need extra coverage for that too, usually.
So some extra things that you may want to include in your budget. Shopping. Do you shop a lot? Do you want to bring stuff back home? Are you one of those people that collect souvenirs? Budget for that. Bring a little bit of extra money for it and make sure that you have enough to get what you want.
Then emergencies. Now, this is above and beyond your spending budget, okay? This is another 8 to 10% on top of that, just in case something happens.
Sometimes with insurance, even though they're going to cover for a lot of it, if not all, you still need to pay up front. So you need to be able to have that cash available in case something happens.
And we do recommend keeping a credit card on hand that has a high enough limit that you can deal with any emergencies, as well as having cash on hand, especially if you're going to be in a developing country that credit cards are not super common. So that's the general outline that we've taken for budgeting our budget travel trips. You can adjust these factors depending on your travel style, where you're going, how far away you're going from your destination, and adjust it accordingly to suit you.
And don't plan your whole trip and start booking things and then worry about the money later. That's what gets you stuck. So if you actually want to travel, make sure that you know exactly how much money you have to work with, or start saving for it, and then once you have the money, go ahead and start booking.
It's pretty easy to travel. You just need to plan it out ahead of time. And to be a budget traveler does take a little bit of extra work, but it's entirely possible for you to do.
Let us know in the comment section down below your thoughts about this video and what are your tips and tricks for saving money and planning a trip.
What are your ratios for trip planning too? Like, do you use 40%? Do you use 50% on flights? Let us know down there too. And while you're down there, give us a little like if you enjoyed the video. And subscribe if you want more of these travel videos.
And more of us.
Happy travels, safe travels, good travels.
Bye.
Bye.